Is mindfulness a massive con? Well, some people are concerned that mindfulness and the meditative techniques that it espouses have been extracted from the theological origins of these meditative techniques, that they have been secularized, i.e., oh yeah, meditation's good, it's a good way of making your heartbeat slow down, your blood pressure lower, and your brain waves go all groovy, without acknowledging that ultimately what's behind meditation is the practice of annihilation or transcendence of your identity as an individual and access to non-local, super-personal consciousness. Now that's harder to track and demonstrate scientifically, precisely because it belongs in the realm of the sacred, the theological, and the transcendent of the realms of knowledge that are currently accessible to limited consciousness. However, the people that came up with these meditation techniques that are now proving to make your brainwaves all groovy, lower your heart rate and blood pressure, knew all the blood pressure, brainwave stuff without access to the physicalized technology that demonstrates the efficacy of these techniques. Is it possible that they somehow knew other things? Is it possible that we can access data and information through non-material means, through non-rational means, not only through measurement, but through a kind of intuiting? Precisely this is what is said by those that believe in the mystical experience, that the rishis, the Sufis, the sages and the shaman of old and present day are able to access different frequencies of consciousness, e.g. prior to the understanding of the quantum world and the behaviour of subparticular matter, what do you want to call it, waves and particles. That stuff was all going down, but science never had their instruments to observe it, but that was happening anyway. Who knows what other laws are being breached and broken in the realm of light? Who knows what other laws are being broken in the vibrational fields? Who knows what is beyond the limitation of the senses? Speculatively, we can look at the Vedas, ancient religious writing, and see what is speculated upon and see where it leads us. I'm not talking about where in orthodoxy it says these people are better than these people or these people shouldn't do that. That for me is a local customary information, you know, like, oh, in them days it weren't good to eat shellfish or whatever, or there was particular taboos about types of sexuality. These are old aged ideas that are not of interest to me in particular. But like, what I am interested in is the nature of consciousness, the nature of self. What is it to be human? What is it to be beyond human? What is consciousness? What is the conscious mind prior to language? These things are presented through image. I read a little book recently on quantum physics. It was a children's book, thank God, because it meant I sort of understood it. And there was a bit where it referred to how in Vedic mythology they said, oh, they believed that the world was balanced on the back of 4 elephants, which stood on the back of a tortoise, which balanced on the back of a serpent that was eating its own tail. And they say that as if it's like those wacky old ancient guys. But words like a chromosome are symbols of whatever a chromosome actually is, you know, like or words like a particle and wave. These are symbols of what a particle and a wave actually is. So is it possible that when they were saying things like 4 elephants, tortoise, snake, they were saying it's kind of as if the world was balanced on 4 elemental strong animal forces, whether they mean earth, wind, water, fire, or whether they mean passions, humours, and by the tortoise perhaps they could mean something that is hard yet soft, something that is one way then another way, like a wave particle. What do they mean by the serpent that consumes its own tail? Could they mean the aspect of our own brains that is still ancient and reptilian, the limbic system, unevolved even in modern humans? We must find in this time a way of using the knowledge of science to support ways of being that are amenable to large numbers of human beings in order to support, create, generate, underwrite new systems. Because if we just say all there is what's rational, what's material, what can be observed, it leads to, as we can see scientifically, we can measure it and double blind it, consumerism, materialism, individualism, and the exploitation of many, many people. They might say, oh, this is the best things have ever been, less people are dying of X, Y, Z. That is not the barometer by which we judge reality. We judge it by a vision of what is possible to be achieved. And those visions could be attainable by using the techniques that were found by the people that wrote those ancient books, the people that knew that mindfulness and meditation was necessary for human survival without access to the machines and measuring devices that currently underwrite the mindfulness movement. Let's not even get into the idea that mindfulness might create apathetic people. Awakened people will change the world, no question. Hello, I'm doing these new videos more frequently now. Please hit the notification button at the end of this video, because then you'll get like a little bell when I post a new video, and I'd like you to get a little bell when I post a video. Then I can, I don't know, be buzzing away in your pocket. Sounds like I'd be like a little pocket mosquito. Anyway, subscribe, click the bell, because I want more people to watch the YouTube videos. You specifically.